All right, we are live. So I'm very happy to be back. I went on vacation for a week with my wife. We went down to Florida, but I'm back here at my studio ready to stream some new music. Let me make sure everything's looking good. Yep, okay, we got the live chat up. I am missing a camera because I don't know if you can tell, I rearranged my studio a little bit, so we're now facing a different wall. I don't know if you can see the lovely Doctor Who poster there, but this is a different part of my studio room. Also, I have a terrible cold and I feel horrible right now, but we're gonna stream anyway. So, last time we were here, we were making some electro-house. I was going for a real ravey kind of vibe, and this is about what we came up with. It sounded something like this. So it's this really, you know, atonal chromatic rhythm going on, and then that gives way to this verse beat kind of groove. So that was our A section, and then the chorus that we came up with. After coming back to this, I wasn't as crazy about it, to be honest. Here's what we had. Whoa, where'd my drums go? Well, that's upsetting. Where are my drums? So this really like prog house, progressive house kind of thing. I don't know if that's the direction I so much want to go in, and I kind of I'm going to take a different approach to it this time. I don't want to start with this riff as much this time. I'd rather introduce more of a chorus hook right from the top. Yeah, so I don't want to bring that in right away. That's going to be the, I don't want to say a drop, but that's going to be like the verse, sort of. So we're going to put something else at the top here, and we're just going to start with a brand new little bit of sound design. We're going to throw Serum in here, and I kind of have some ideas. It's going to be a really, really straightforward, almost progressive house kind of feel. And we are just going to do the standard, there we go, sidechain kind of LFO on the volume. Normally, in the old days, you would sidechain this to your kick drum, but we have these very, very configurable LFOs now, so I can just draw any waveform, any envelope I want in here, and it will play that back. So you get this really nice sound right off the bat. So right away, just immediate nice sidechain sound, and everything sounds big and huge without all the hassle of sidechaining it to your actual kick drum, you know? So that's nice. All right, so let's see what we can come up with for an intro hook. I actually want to tone that down just a little bit. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Again, just about all the music we write on this live stream is meant for background music in television and commercials, so I can't go too far outside the box on this stuff. You know, I do in my own stuff. It gets weird and jazzy and stuff, but if I'm trying to sell these songs, they've got to be straightforward and marketable. I don't want to say boring or simple, because you can do some really fun, interesting stuff with this stuff, but it's still got to be, you know, inside the box and straightforward. So we're going to keep it to a very progressive house kind of feel, dancey and stuff. I'm just going to try to lay down a couple ideas. Let's see how this goes. That was terrible. I like the C minor feel. So we can get a little bit jazzy there with the you know, the major 4 chord. That's fun, kind of a Dorian sound. All right, let's play that down. Nope, we want to go to an A flat major 7 there. There we go. That's a cool feel, right? I kind of like that. I'm going to go in and clean up my very sloppy piano playing, because I'm not a piano player. We all know that. We accept that. Oh, that's so rough. I want to take another swing at that. I want to do over. I'm going to drop the tempo down a little bit because taking it easy on myself. And let's try this. Let's try this one more time. Oh, you know what? That was kind of cool. I hit the wrong chord and it sounded cool. The third long chord sounds off. Which one? I think I know which one you're talking about. That one, yeah. One more try. There we go. That was the take. That was the beautiful, perfect take. Trying to figure out exactly how long I need to hold those. These should each be half notes. Or sorry, eighth notes, right? I'm just going to mumble to myself about note durations for a second. You forgot I stream on Tuesdays. I did too, but I was in Disney World, so I had a good excuse. cool. Oh my gosh. My keyboard's transposed up a half step. So actually this song's in C sharp, but I guess I like it in that key, right? Happy accident. Yeah, I guess we'll bring those up to be full quarter notes because the sidechain is kind of cutting them off. And I don't want to lose that chord there. Oop, come on. Oh, I wanted a little bit shorter than that. Never mind. There we go. Cool, so let's bring that back up to tempo. Cool, that all sounds good so far. These should all be, these are like dotted eighth notes. Gotta cut that down a little bit. Very good. This is why you should practice your piano, folks. So you don't have to sit around editing your own terrible keyboard playing like I do. Cool. Something sounded a little bit messed up there. What am I missing? Ah, how'd that slip by? You can play piano and you can't at the same time? What does that even mean? Yeah, I used to keep my keyboard on my desk, but it was like the worst angle possible and it was killing my wrists. So I ended up just keeping it, you know, on a stand like this. It's on just a little onstage X stand, you know, those nice cheap ones, but they work. That's the same stand it's been on for like 12 years now. That same keyboard has been hanging out forever here. Still works, still does the job. But I also have my Akai MPK for other stuff. For, you know, quick little lines that I want to jot down right in front of me. Yamaha PSR E333. I don't think I know that model. And I work for a Yamaha dealer, a major Yamaha dealer, so let's, that's not good. Oh, it's the Arranger keyboard. Cool, cool. Yeah, I haven't run into those. Awesome. That is cool. Those are very cool keyboards. Good. Yeah, mine's a good old M Audio Axiom 49 from like 2003. Okay, so we've got this keyboard line now. I'm very happy with that. Let's bring some percussion into this. And I don't know if did I really solidify which tracks I was using for what here? This is side stick, snare, clap, and hi-hat. Okay, we're going to steal that clap track. Wait, where's the clap? There it is. M Audio. Yeah, that's the one I have. And the pitch wheel broke on you. I'm not that surprised because the pitch wheel always gets stuck on mine. It still works, but it always gets stuck. I don't use the pitch wheel that much anyway though, so it's okay. So we're going to put, not on eighth notes, we're going to put claps on quarter notes and see how that sits. I just want to keep it driving right from the top of this because you want to really catch the listener's ear right off the bat. Cool. We're also going to do a big ol' sub drop right there. And for that, I usually use operator because it just gives me total control over the frequency. So you can use the fixed frequency oscillator here, and the frequency knob I'm using down on the right, on the left, is going to allow me to control the frequency, as you would expect. So I can automate that and just do a big kind of sub drop thing. Actually, I should just record myself going because that seemed to work. Okay, that sounded terrible, but that's because we're going to automate this frequency. Epic7 says, found your channel by your StarCraft cover. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love that that music so much. StarCraft, I probably played more... No, I played more Sonic the Hedgehog than anything growing up, which is why there's a lot of Sonic on my channel. But StarCraft is a very close second. So I heard that music a whole lot. And I actually do plan on doing the Terran 3 music at some point soon. It's it's on the list to do. But there's a few Sonic tunes before that. That's way too high. That sounds ridiculous. Cool. We're also going to look for some kind of impact sound. That first one wasn't that bad. You found me from the new disco stream. Nice, cool. That's funny. That's not a genre I usually spend a lot of time with. But you know, I love Daft Punk and like Mayer Hawthorne. I was like hugely into Mayer Hawthorne in college. So new disco has a special place in my heart that I don't play as much of it as I wish I did. So maybe we'll do another new disco track. Maybe I'll finish that one. I don't think I finished that one, did I? We might have to revisit that at some point. We're in house mode right now, though, so we'll get back to that. Cool. I want to reverse that impact before we hit. So we're going to drop that here, reverse it, put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it, as the great poet Missy Elliott would say. Except I want to cut that a little bit. You know, I'm not as thrilled with this impact as I would be with Native Instruments' Rise and Hit, which is a... here we go. Dude, the whispers are awesome. And Chic is amazing, of course, too. I mean, Nile Rodgers was all over that Daft Punk album, so he's still killing it in disco. I actually, my main gig for like years, and I only very recently stopped playing with the band, but I was in a disco cover band, and I worked on cruise ships with them, and there's actually videos floating around out there. If you search hard enough, you'll find me playing on a cruise, playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you know, Whispers, I'll Be Around, stuff like that on cruise ships. If you search hard enough, so that's absolutely a major part of my guitar playing is new disco and classic disco, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Whispers, Chic, Donna Summer, all that stuff. Is a very big part of my guitar playing because of those years I spent playing that disco music. Okay, we're going to try this. There we go. That's much better. That's a real impact. I want that to hit in 2 beats, though. This is Native Instruments Rise and Hit. It's literally just a library of big boom sounds. So it's got, I mean, you just saw here, it's got like 1 million different samples in all these folders of samples. And I happen to like this one called Snare Convention, which I think is a funny name. And it lets you select how long you want it to rise for. And you can do it in beats or in seconds, so you can sync it to the tempo of your song. Here I've got it set for 2 beats, so I'll hit a note here, and it'll hit after 2 beats. So I can start that 2 beats before I'd like it to hit, and it will hit right on the beat. Just like that. Cool. Very cool. So you're just starting out with FL Studio? Oh no, you've been on and off with FL Studio till 2012. FL's great. I haven't really used it that much, so I can't comment on it too much, but I mean, obviously, a lot of people love it. I mean, Seamless still uses it every day, so I definitely can't knock it in any way. I am, by and large, an Ableton Live guy. But your DAW is your DAW. Whatever you find to work for you is the most important thing. So we've got these hits here. I feel like I'm talking a lot, not producing a lot. I think I'm trying to get out of producing too much. That's too fast. I want to slow it down a little bit. A DAW is only as good as its user. That's a very good point, Jaden Robinson. Yes. I want to bring some 808s into this. Sorry, not like in the traditional, in the sense of the bass. I want some 808 snares. I should have been more specific. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I hope this doesn't get too trappy with these 808s. The drum VST I use a lot. I actually don't know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about Battery? Because I am using the samples from Native Instruments Battery, but I'm not actually using Battery. I don't love it as a sampler, but it came with some really cool samples. That's what I use most of the time. Oh, Steven Slate. Yes, I am using Steven Slate most of the time. Anytime I want like live drums, it is Steven Slate drums 4 Platinum, which I got for some awesome sale for like $99 on Sweetwater. It was great. And I usually end up using the CLA hybrid kit, which is designed by Chris Lord-Alge, who's, you know, he's mixed Paramore and U2 and friggin' everybody, so his drum kit sounds amazing. And that's what I use 9 times out of 10, especially on any metal stuff, anything like that. Always all Steven Slate, COA. actually don't want that rhythm I just put in there. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Man, cannot win. Yes, that's what I wanted. Excuse the coughing. There we go. So that's sounding pretty good. I'm actually kind of bored by that serum patch we got so far. That's a really, really straightforward super saw patch. I want something a little bit more interesting. So we're just going to loop that section for a second while I do some just freestyle sound design. We'll see where it goes. Sounding a little bit cooler. All I did was add a second octave on there. You'll notice I have the lower octave tuned pretty tightly and the upper octave tuned very loosely. And when together you get a nice clean sense of where the note is, but you still get that nice big wide chorus effect from the higher octave. I might try mixing in a little bit of a opening resonant filter. I don't know if I'm going to like this at all. We'll see. Yeah, I don't like that at all. It's good to hear from you, Alan. Long time no see. Cool. We might add a, not quite a sub bass, but just something to kind of hold down the fort in terms of the bass line on this, just for this intro. And that's going to be, again, a very tightly tuned supersaw playing down the octave, that bass line. If, you know, it would actually play notes. Come on there. There it is. That's too low. There we go. Okay, so let's see if this fits in with what we're doing. Except I was transposed when I did this, wasn't I? I'm glad you enjoy the videos, Alan. I don't even know what key I recorded this in. I don't think I played that right. There we go. I remembered how to play my own song. Good job, Dean. You know what the smart person would have done? Just what I'm about to do. Taken this line, pasted it over here, and cut out everything but the top note. That's what the smart person would have done. Cool. So we got this big, beefy low bass. I want to add another one below that. Let's see how terrible that sounds. That sounds so sick. We got this surprise note there. Okay. Oh, and we are going to do the same sort of. Yeah, I just never use the transpose function on there. I was very thrown off by that. Cool. So we got this. Cool. That's something resembling an intro. Now we can drop in that verse we wrote earlier, last time, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. When was it? I might have to change the weird progression. You're a weird progression. Thanks, Epic 7. Do you play any music, Epic 7? I'm not sure about the key I'm playing this in. I might have to change the key of that. Yeah, see, that's a total change of pace. I don't like it. I think this is in F, actually. You know, we might have just written a completely different song that doesn't fit with anything we did last time, and that's okay, because that happens. I don't like that ending part either. I might come back to that. So I want to really exaggerate this ending here by, we're going to put a ridiculous pitch bend on both this and the bass. Oops, not that. Almost like a big record stop, you know? Right on beat 4 of the last measure. We'll drop that pitch. Aspiring composer? Cool. Yeah, I want that to be really sudden. And Ableton so hates it when you mess with pitch. Just putting these in here to fix the pitch a little bit. Oh, the bass is totally messed up, isn't it? Yep. Reminds you of Psy. Yeah, that is definitely not something I'm not aiming for. I actually listened through the new tracks he's put out lately. They're so good. All of his stuff is just so well produced. It's amazing. I totally take a lot of inspiration from his stuff. It's just such stupidly catchy riffs. Cool. The only problem is this first part sounds massive, and then the verse it drops into is like really tiny and lame. So I want to reverse that and have this intro part sound kind of subdued and tiny. Not tiny, but relatively quiet compared to the rest of it. So we are going to group these two into an intro group. We're going to throw this up here. Grab a good old EQ3. And now, cool, so that sounds a little bit more under control. We're even going to reduce the width of everything. So it, yeah, come on. You all know Oliver. Hello. What's up? How you doing? You good? Okay. Oh, he's going to hang out for a little bit. So, and he's gone. Okay, that was quick. Usually he hangs out for like half an hour. So, this is going to reduce the width of a little bit, the stereo width. So the left and right is going to come in and get compressed just a little bit. Just so we don't, just so we have room to grow when we hit this verse part right here, right? We want to close it down a little bit. And we are going to open this up a bit towards the end of it. You can see we're very slowly going to arc it up towards the end. There we go. And that low frequency is going to come in just at the very end. We're going to allow that to re-enter. Actually, you know what? That might be best introduced here. Yes, cats are awesome, except mine is a really annoying little butthead who's really trying to break into the garage right now. Yeah, I see you. And it's not a good time because my wife is coming in the garage right now. There we go. That's much more of an intro. The last thing we're going to add is we're going to reintroduce this sub drop thing. At the very end, it's going to drop one more time. Except I didn't want to record it on that channel. I wanted to record on the sub drop channel. There we go. That was just me holding down a key on a keyboard for 4 measures. And now we're going to do one more thing. And I want operator again for this, actually. Operator is a really nice, versatile tool. Really nice for stuff beyond just basic FM synthesis. I mean, it's great for that stuff. It's really nice if you don't have like FM8 or anything. But it's a great just utility kind of synthesizer. I want white noise. And here we go, so you can watch. So I have total control over that. If you ever played Mega Man X, this was the sound of X's shield getting destroyed. Everybody remember that? It's just a white noise in an LFO dropping. So we're going to bring that in here at the same spot that sub drop did. Actually, I'll just copy this over because I'm lazy. And we are going to automate this frequency to open right up until that same 4th beat that we caused the drop on, because I want to release all the tension on that beat. There we go. That's good. Could be open a little bit quicker. Cool. And then the last thing we're going to add is a big old snare hit on that beat. I think I already have the snare I like over here. Let's see. That's not at all where I thought I was. Cool. That's getting closer to the kind of intro I want. We may revisit that. Let's jump into the fray of it here. I'm still not convinced this is the right key. Let me just listen to this, and I'm just going to hum in a really stupid way for a second. This is me trying to find a note in the most scientific way possible. Ba. Ba. There it is. It's a jig, everybody. It's a G. Found it. The problem is the notes this thing is playing aren't actually the The notes the MIDI has written aren't actually what it's playing because it's got crazy glide and pitch bend and nonsense all over it. So for that reason, I just kind of had to peck and hunt and find that note. So let's find that in the context of the chords. Okay, that's right. Great. And now I want to revisit the sound design on this because I'm not crazy about it. In fact, we're just going to head right back to the init preset. And we might go for something like the trap horn thing we were designing last time. Let's see what we can get out of this real quick. I'm going to set envelope 2 to modulate the global master tuning. So what I'm doing here, I don't know if I've explained this kind of thing before, but I wired this envelope to the overall tuning of the whole synthesizer, every oscillator, the sub-oscillator, everything. And if you do that with a really short decay, so it's this really quick pew, it gives it this nice punchy, crispy attack. If you hear that without the sidechain that we have going on, and yes, I am on the Splice Serum plan. It's amazing. I mean, $9.99 a month, and you get the best synthesizer on the market right now. And you own it in, what is it, 11 months? 10 months? It's a rent-to-own kind of plan. So it's nice. Yeah, and I have an actual Splice subscription, too, that I've been pretty happy with. I don't use it as much as I thought I would, but also I haven't been producing EDM as much as I was planning to. I got roped into producing a whole bunch of other stuff. I've been really sidetracked this year. I produced a punk rock album for a band, a local band. Really awesome stuff. That'll be out next month. I just sent off the final mixes. And I'm playing guitar on this awesome fusion rock album for a friend of mine. So lots of random stuff going on. Not what I expected to be doing this year, but it's fun. There we go. We're getting more of the laser effect I'm looking for. Let's see if now using this. That's kind of cool. Let's see how that fits in the situation here. And I want less reverb. It's really reverby. I don't like that. that's sounding cooler. And now I just want to... I really want to try just hitting that with a little bit of wobble. Not wobble, like a growl kind of bass. And compressing it all together so it never fights with itself, but maybe you'll see what I mean. Maybe I'll see what I mean. Maybe we'll figure it out together. I guess it is a G. So we've got some interplay between these two parts. I don't like that last one at all. Oh, that last one's disgusting. Let's chill that out a little bit. Okay, so we've got a general sound design I like. I'm going to do a little bit of pitch shifting on this. There we go. So that really takes up the full space in front of you, you know? And now we're going to do a little bit of multi-band dynamics work on this. Just because I want to bring out some more of the highs. I would be lying if I said I knew exactly how this worked. I do, however, kind of know how to get a fun sound out of it, so... Cool. And I might want to mix a little bit of a vowel filter in there. I don't know yet. Let's see. No, see, I don't like that at all. So let's not use it. Sounds like Pro Tossling. It does, doesn't it? Oh god, that last part's so horrible, I'm cutting it out. I think I like it, I'm not sure yet. It might get used, it might not. I want to repeat this section once. And so for the repeat, I might drop it in. Let's see how that feels. And I'm also going to make use of, I have these clips here that are deactivated. Let's see what we're working with here. Maybe I was being hard on that little synth riff from before. Except it's not in the right key now. The transition is weird. I don't like it at all. I like the idea of that section, but I think I might just replay it in whatever key is correct. That's kind of cool, right? That's fun. Cool. I think I've kind of hit my limit with this song for now. I don't know. I'm just not quite feeling this groove. I have been wanting to try something. I was going to do it with GarageBand, and I still think I'm going to do this. I want to try recording, getting the best production sound I can using just the stock instruments. I was going to do it in GarageBand, but we're in Ableton, and I might just try something out tonight. Let's play around with it, see if... Check 1, 2. We should have vocals back. There we go. Cool. And let's mess around a little bit with this. I have never, ever really used analog, and I feel bad about that. Let's look at this. See what's going on here. Where do I even find the envelope for this thing, guys? Oh, it's under amp. Where else would it be? Operator is a very good stock instrument. I don't know if these totally count as stock instruments because they are included with Ableton Live 9 Suite. But it's still good. We're just using it for inspiration right now, for something to play around with. What was the note I kept hitting? That is a C. I have a really stupid groove in mind. It's going to be really chiptune-y, but I have fun with that. YouTube ear training. I'll tell you, something that'll do wonders for your pitch memory more than anything else. Work at a music store and tune 1,000 violins every day, and you will hear the pitches G, D, A, and E anytime you want. No problem. That is my secret. I'm always tuning violins. Have you a really stupid like trip hop chiptune thing? Chip hop? Is that a thing? So we're playing around with a little bit of FM synthesis here. This is very traditional FM synthesis in the style of, you know, the old Yamaha DX7 and any of the classic FM synths like that. Really just bare bones. You only have a few choices for routing your operators. So we're having a little bit of fun with this. I'm trying to design like a big growly bass from scratch. We'll see how it goes. Yes. 100% modern talking. I remember when I used to use modern talking for everything instead of that one serum wavetable for everything that I use for everything now. Modern talking was good times in music production. I don't even know if this patch is going anywhere, but we'll see. The good old 2011s, yeah. Shoot. And I can only use Ableton drum samples too. Oh, these are all terrible. That's fun. And we need a good snare to set that. and a hi-hat. Yeah, definitely nothing. A little bit of EQ, compression, and some saturation. Couldn't fix. Let's hit that. Whoa, back to the beginning. I like that drum groove more than I like anything else I put on this, so we're going to kill everything but that. Yeah. Seamless uses stock FL Studio drums. Yeah, he totally does. He uses a lot of just basic stock FL Studio stuff. I don't think he even started using Serum till like recently. He's a tried and true FL Studio diehard, and I I respect him a whole lot for that. It's awesome. Whoa, I totally screwed up the groove there. I couldn't hear the metronome that well, that's why. Let me turn that up. That's good, but I want... Whoa. I don't want this. That's really cool. I've never used this. There's so many features in Ableton that I've never used. Okay, let's put a really aggressive 16th note swing on this. So let's start over with that that bass patch, huh? Okay, and what we are going to do is group that in with another operator that's just playing a simple sine wave. Man, cough ain't going anywhere. And on the grittier of the two sine waves, it's not that gritty yet, but it will be. We're going to put a little high pass filter, so all the sub frequencies can go right to this guy. And there you go. You get a nice clean separation of the two sounds there. Thanks about the flying battery cover, man. That's a lot of fun. I love doing those Sonic the Hedgehog and all kinds of video game covers. I've got a new one coming, hopefully next Saturday, a week from this coming Saturday. I got kind of bogged down with a lot of other work, like I was talking about that punk rock album and the fusion, jazz fusion gig. I got caught up in a Beatles tribute show that ran for like a sold-out weekend. That was fun. But I keep getting wrapped up in these other projects and gigs and stuff. So I am going to post a new video next weekend, hopefully. It's going to be from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's from a few different Sonic the Hedgehog games. So that'll be fun. And then maybe I'll get around to the Death Egg Robot that everybody's asking for from Sonic 2, Final Boss. It's a really good track. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I didn't hate this patch we had. I just didn't like exactly how the track was coming together. And we are going to do a more traditional sidechain on this, because we are not playing just a straight like EDM kick pattern or anything. So we're going to sidechain this right to... Can I sidechain it just to the kick? Yes, I can. Sweet. So let's hear how that affects it. Cool. And we're going to apply that same compressor to this ridiculous... This is like a it's like a Smash Mouth organ part, you know? Then I saw her face. That kind of thing. Maybe just that first line. That's kind of cool. This is getting a little poppy. I like it. Oh, wait, I wanted 16th notes, please, and thank you. Did I really play it that late? Nice. If you notice at the end of my cover videos, I always have like a weird jazzy trip hop version of whatever song I just covered playing. So this is that side of me as well. I love doing weird trip hoppy kind of takes on songs. So this is just that vibe coming out. That sounds terrible. Whoa. What other instruments do we have in here? I have tension. I don't understand how to use tension. It's never made any sense to me. It's supposed to be like a... hang on, I'm taking off this stupid vinyl thing. It's supposed to be like a physical simulation of strings, like physical string instruments and stuff. But it's never made any sense to me. I've never gotten a good sound out of it. But let's play with it right now. That's super weird. What's this do? Same kind of thing. My biggest problem with it is it always sounds out of tune. I don't like that. What about electric? This is fun. Can have some fun with that. I think we've kind of hit the end of the road on this one. Let's go back and listen just a little bit more to what we came up with earlier. See if anything new comes to us. All right, so let's just listen from the top of this again, see if we get anything we like out of this. There's some ideas in there I like. I might let that one sit another week. I'm liking that intro we came up with. That was sounding kind of cool. Yeah, so a lot of ideas don't go anywhere, as we just saw. But that is definitely a big part of the process. In fact, that's something I was telling one of my students today, is don't be afraid to make mistakes. I do this for part of my living, and we just saw some really, messy stuff came out now and then. So when you're producing on your own, just keep trying stuff until something sticks, because it will eventually. That's the biggest thing to keep in mind when it can be discouraging. That's my advice for the evening, and I think we're going to call it there. So I will be back next Tuesday evening, as always, and I'm planning to make this a regular thing every single Tuesday. I know I went on vacation last week, and I missed a couple before that because I had a lot of stuff going on, but I have mostly cleared up my schedule to make more space for YouTube. So I will be posting new videos starting, I'm really, really hoping, next Saturday. That would be, when is that exactly? That would be the 1st. I would expect that to go up. July 1st, I would expect that new video up. And then I'm hoping to stick to one every single week after that. But, you know, we'll see. Hopefully. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching.